Eating Soup Alone is a podcast hosted by me, Christopher Crumley, and co-hosted by Nicholas Johnson. We try our best to ramble incoherently about a handful of movies at least once a week. How cool is it that this Halloween time we can do? It's a Hellraiser Halloween.
Hell yeah, bro.
We're raising hell this Halloween.
We're hellbounding. Yeah.
Okay. We're just getting right into it. So,
wait.
Okay.
I was thinking about this the other day.
Sure.
I don't know how we would do this. Do you think we should do like a holiday themed theme song? Like we should have a spooky Halloween version of our theme song?
Yeah, I mean, my pitch to you would be just find royalty free, like, ooh, like,
okay, yeah.
Put over it, maybe some lightning or something.
Well, also, we don't make money off of this, so it doesn't have to be. It could be Do you want it to be Dragula? Just all 9 minutes or whatever of Dragula?
Yeah.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. But, so, Hellbound. Hellraiser 1 is just called Hellraiser.
Dude, that's so sad. It made me so happy when I saw that. It made it frustrating because I couldn't find Hellraiser 2 on the place I was looking for these movies. But when I saw the second movie is called Hellbound, I'm like, that kicks so much ass. It does suck that they had to tag Hellraiser 2 on the end of it, but Hellraiser and Hellbound are...
They got some crazy names. Like one of them's called Inferno, I think. One of them's called Revelations.
Hell yeah. But are they like Revelations, Hellraiser 4?
No. Okay, so I've seen this film before. You have not.
Correct.
Yeah. Give me some off-rip, like, what was surprising, what was maybe, like, expectation versus reality segment real quick. How was it to be exposed to actual Hellraiser after a lifetime of seeing Pinhead around and stuff?
After a lifetime of seeing Pinhead around and just hearing stuff about Clive Barker in general and just knowing what he looks like. Yes. I was like, yeah, this is going to be a movie with a guy with pins in his head about a bunch of little freaks. And then I saw it. And I was like, oh, these pinheaded freaks are the least freaks in this freaking movie. Mm-hmm. I'm not like over the moon about this movie.
I am.
But
I love this movie.
I'm over the moon about at every turn where you could hire a freak or incorporate a freak in this movie, there's a freak in this movie. Yeah. Like when it comes to just writers, actors, special effects people, it's just so good. Like in that sense. And I get a lot of, for obvious reasons, similar feelings to The Fly. Yeah. Especially, I mean, the big one, I mean, I'm just jumping around in the movie right now, but like the big one that sticks out in my mind that I remember is when his like arm bones come out of the floor and he's picking like...
You got some body horror in here.
Just the decisions on what body parts should be coming into form at what point to make like, this is the, the workings of a person, but like... Because there's like two arms with most of their muscle and then whatever is coming out of it. Like just makes a monster, but it's still human parts where human parts should be. It's just, I love all that stuff.
This is a movie, I was thinking as you were speaking, this is actually like a movie I feel like would be really good for like live commentary of or whatever, to like record a commentary track of.
I would love to do that,
Yeah, but continue.
And I mean, without like getting into the movie, I just, that was all... This movie was great. I really enjoyed it.
Some background to this point, Clive Barker had a couple of adaptations happen and did not like how they went, so he opted to write and direct the adaptation.
Okay.
So not only did he write the book, but he wrote and directed the film. Super low budget, probably accordingly. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing where it's like, oh, the guy who wrote the book wants to also, who has never directed a movie before, wants to direct the adaptation of his thing. Yeah, we'll give you $14, buddy.
I think he did a good job, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was originally set in England, but there was some kind of production decision to like make it more like appealy. So they like dub some of the voices or like have people do like American accents. They leave the one lady. What's her name? Julia, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, she still has the accent. But anyways.
But also, so does one of the guys she picks up from the bar is also English.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I was just like, oh, okay, I guess they're in England.
It's an odd clash.
And I just hadn't really thought about it.
My ring is ringing. Anyways, so start out, and I think the only thing I'm not the biggest fan of is just for some reason it's the guy who sells mogwais that like fucking.
Oh,
you're looking for the box.
My first note is uh-oh.
Yeah, that was odd. Super odd choice.
Because I was like, what are the chances the person doing this voice is of Asian descent?
Yeah, and if they are, what are the odds that they were asked to do that voice rather than...
Yeah, what are the odds that is their day-to-day voice?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just an 80s movie for you, I feel.
But they're selling the little sex box.
Which also, much like The Fly, this movie just fucking starts.
Yeah.
Like, it starts in the middle of that, and then immediately he's getting torn apart by a pinhead.
Yeah.
It's
and
so good.
So there are some differences between the movie and the book. I don't know how this is going to grab you. I'd like you to get your reaction.
Oh, sure.
But in the book, supposedly, he literally just thinks he's going to get some big titty chicks out of this box. Like, that's what he's going into it for.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, does that kind of... How does that line up with like what you were expecting?
It lines up with what I got from the second movie.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that when we get to that.
Sure.
But, yeah, no, I think... this might have been just because I don't remember a specific point in the movie of him saying what... Oh, no, he does. He's like, I thought I had it all, but I was wrong when it comes to, like, pain as pleasure and stuff like that. So, no, that's fun. I like that. I like that he was in it for boobs instead of whipping.
Yeah. So this part is I'm trying to be funny here, but the box is so complicated and you have to be so gentle and specific with it to get it to open and stuff. It's like getting a woman to orgasm. And they call vaginas boxes sometimes, so.
Well, I wrote down this time code so I can add like a slide whistle sound right after you said that.
Clive Barker is a gay man. Fun fact.
I didn't know that. That's fun.
Yeah. So that was my big bit, was about the puzzle box. Solving it is like trying to make a woman bust. That's all I got, though.
Which seems to be the only thing Frank has going for him.
Yeah, he makes Julia bust so hard that not only does she still think about him years later, but also she's willing to hammer men in the back of the head and kill them to bring him back
to bring
life.
His gross, slimy body back to life.
And she's also willing, I think, to like kiss him on the lips while he's all exposed.
Yeah.
One of the things that I love about Clive Barker is both this film and Candyman. They have a like a very like air of like, I don't mean in terms of like love, but like that romantic, like gothic kind of thing to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like Dracula. It feels like Frankenstein. You know, Candyman I think often gets compared to like Dracula, just because he has that allure to him. With this one, I think I've mentioned this already in the podcast, but I just rewatched The Invisible Man, and this one kind of reminds me of The Invisible Man. When you get the bandages going, especially in the second one.
The second one, yeah.
Yeah, but also just because he's a bastard. Like the Invisible Man in the original one is a bastard, right? And so like in this movie, like Frank is the bad guy. The interdimensional sex demons are not necessarily the bad guys.
They are just kind of there.
Yeah, they're like they're like the DeLorean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are. That reminds me, I was thinking about this yesterday because I was thinking about Nosferatu, the one that came out last year. And crazy style. I was thinking about how, like, I don't remember a lot of that movie from seeing. I did have COVID when I saw it, but I was like, I don't remember a lot from seeing it. I remember like a lot of cool shots and stuff like that, but also like, damn, when I think about it, I've seen a guy travel across the country to sell a vampire count land more times than I've probably seen Batman's parents die.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong.
How come we're not all up in arms about this?
Yeah, I'll agree with you. That's the thing. That's my takeaway about the Nosferatu thing. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast. We talked about it for sure, but I don't know if we did it for the podcast. That adaptation is good. There are things I like about it, sure. But at the end of the day, it's just like, yeah, I mean, this is not the Dracula story we needed anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be like a curmudgeon or anything like that, but it's just like, yeah, you're right. I mean, we've been telling this exact same Nosferatu story for over 100 years now.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sure we've complained about this before, but I feel this way about music and movies and novels and stuff like that. Like, if you're going to do something, you should have like a new thing to do with it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it again. I've been reading. Are you familiar with the novel No Longer Human?
Yeah.
It's a Japanese book that I think was big in like, or at the very least is like set in the 30s. It is like the second best-selling novel I think in history in Japan.
Okay.
And it's about a guy who, like, since it's just like his life story that like since birth like doesn't have any human emotions really, like even to the point where he doesn't experience hunger.
Mm-hmm.
And his biggest fear is like somebody finding that out, or like he really doesn't understand that people do things for reasons instead of just doing things. Like there's a point where he gets like infatuated by like this just design of a bridge. Mm-hmm. And he's like, this thing is just so cool to like look at. And then when he finds out as a kid, oh, it connects this piece of land to this piece of land, so it's there for a reason, he's like not interested in it anymore. And then like as life goes on, he like finds out about like Van Gogh and other artists and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh, this is just people have done this just to do it.
Yeah, this is the bridge without land.
Exactly. And he's like, and also it's a way to express the beauty in life and also the weird contempt and lack of luster I feel for life. And he's like, I'm going to go to art school, but his like dad's like a rich politician, so he's like, no, you're going to go to business school. And so then he goes to business school, he skips classes, and becomes an alcoholic. And it's just him like shitting his way through life and like ruining other people's lives in the process. I've been reading Junji Ito's version of it. Junji Ito, the manga artist who did like Uzumaki and stuff like that, and looks like all that horror stuff. It turns out that the author of the original book, his life lines up pretty one-to-one with the character of that book, which means that character's probably a self-insert, and he felt that way in his life, which is very sad. And at the end of his life, he ended up him and his mistress tied themselves together and then threw themselves into a lake and drowned themselves. Junji Ito's version of the book starts with that. Starts with the real life author killing himself and his mistress. And then like as the book goes on, it has these moments where like when the character is talking about his life and like, how inspired he was by artists and stuff like that to be able to express the way he was feeling about life, but never got the chance to. Junji Ito kind of does that for him, and it's a really like weird and beautiful way to kind of do it, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm sorry that spun off into a 10-minute ramble about a book that I've been reading from me saying like, hey, adaptations should be doing something different.
Yeah. On a side note, not to just talk about death, it's a little dark, but that's a very sad way to pass. Reminded me of Virginia Woolf. I think we've talked about this before, but just throwing a big old stone in your pocket and walking into a fast-moving river.
Crazy.
What the heck? Man. R.I.P. to some real ones, man. Anyways, back to Hellraiser. So he solves the box. They show up, whatever they say, you solved the box. We came. Whatever, Yeah.
Get down here.
And they rip him apart.
Yeah.
To a billion pieces. I don't understand... And it's fine. It doesn't matter. But architecturally, where he is in the house. Because he's on the second floor.
Yeah, what is this room?
So, I don't understand why the second floor would have, like, a crawl space for him to be, like, under.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It would just be ceiling, I think. But, again, I don't know enough about how houses are built. So.
I think there is...
I'm fine with it, though. I don't care.
I think there's an amount of space between a first
maybe
and
like old-ass houses?
That I think a full person can fit into, but it's probably not that big. But I think it's just for like insulation and stuff like that.
Cool.
Or like, but
cool.
I'll buy it.
But he's down there.
He's in there, and
his grandma dies like 5 years later.
Right,
and that's what's going on is that his brother. So his name is Frank. He's Brother Frank, which is a very British way to refer to him.
Yes.
And his brother,
Cuck brother.
What's Cuck brother's name? Ned Flanders. He's like a Ned Flanders.
Yeah,
guy.
Okay.
Julia, and we're just gonna call him Daddy because again, very British, but they never say Dad in this. They always say Daddy. So Daddy and Julia move in because Daddy and Frank inherited the house, but Frank's been MIA for a while, so basically Daddy just gets the house. When they get there, they find out that Frank's been squatting there, right? Julia looks at some old black and white titty pics that Frank had.
And now, what is this, 1987?
Something like that.
1987. Where are you, Chris?
Me.
A late 80s pervert getting your photos developed.
There's got to be some seedy place or like some seedy guy, that like at the BDSM bars he hangs out that like can, you know what I'm saying?
Or do you think as a guy that works in a 1987 like CVS,
just sometimes you get the freak
stuff? If
a
freak like Frank comes in and doesn't care, do you have to just
I think he wouldn't care either. He'd actually probably get a kick out of being like dropping off some fucked up BDSM stuff there.
Or would the manager of CVS go, "Sir, please no longer come back"?
He probably wouldn't even come back. He probably know that he's going to get in trouble and just do it just to mess with the person
But he's got the photos.
And
He breaks in later and steals his own photos.
That's how you know it's a good movie, when you can come up with all this backstory for a character that only has like maybe 9 lines.
Also, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, I haven't looked it up yet, but I think Frank is ADR'd this whole movie.
Yeah, I think it has to do with what I was saying about the British accent thing.
Really?
I think it does.
Oh, okay.
I can't be for sure.
My assumption was that the man who we see in this movie has distinct enough bone structure that you can tell it's him when he's a muscle man, you know? But I bet you his voice probably isn't great. And whoever voices Frank, I think, has like a really, what's the word I'm looking for? Just notable voice. Like I'd like listening to him talk. He's spooky.
Yeah, I agree with you. 1 second to respond to a work email, so write that time down. Okay, sorry. Just a little work thing. I'm going to be on the news.
Ooh, exciting.
We'll talk about it later, though. So anyways, all right. So, crazy voice. I do like his voice.
Yes.
Very creepy. It's almost a bit like the Candyman thing, where it's just like it almost exists in your head. It feels like more than like in actual space.
Yeah, and I think the ADR really helps with that. He's like kind of ever present.
Yeah, he's a bastard man. We get some flashbacks to them getting all freaky.
I love that. That really got me. I didn't know.
I'm Brother Frank.
I wasn't expecting uptight British stepmom to be the true
But
freak.
I think that's the thing.
I love it.
She's so uptight. She's, Frank brings it out of her. Larry is Daddy's name. Larry. Julia wants to be in New York. That's a little sub part of it, is that Larry's all like, come on, baby, fresh air. Look at this old house. He's like, I get it. You want the Big Apple. It's going to work, I promise. What's the problem, But while she's getting nailed in her mind, her husband gets nailed.
Why? What are they paying these movers for? Could you imagine
so
paying
sleazy.
a moving? Yes, exactly.
Just to ogle your wife and daughter.
1, to say, do you have any beer? 2, to go, yeah, I'll go get one.
Yeah.
And 3, to be like, hey, guys who I'm paying to move this mattress,
I'm going to help you.
I'm going to help you out.
Crazy. But I guess shit was different in the 80s.
Of course this guy was getting cucked by his brother. Yeah. He's getting swindled by these guys. He's the dumbest daddy I've ever seen.
If that's the way that shit rocked back then I definitely get like some of my older not siblings, but like family members that are like in the 50s, 60s just being like, we'll call and complain if that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you could demand someone who's paying you get you a beer back in the 80s, then yeah, I get why people are so entitled. It must have been a pretty entitled time if that's how things went.
I guess so.
Anyways, so that little drop of blood brings back Frank most of the way, which is another part of this that I love. I love that like one little baby drop gets him juiced up pretty substantially. He's gross, and then she needs to repeatedly kill lots of men for him to slowly get more. You know what I mean?
I disagree. I wrote it down in my notes.
Yeah.
He bleeds more than anybody in this movie for any reason when he cuts his hand. Yeah. He like walks in
there.
Well,
but the other thing is that like something that's funny to me about Frank is that basically he's like, "Don't look at me," and then like straw, he like sucks them of all their into their husks. But yeah, I hear you with he bleeds a lot from that nail. That nail fucks him up. So anyways, he pitches the idea of, you love me, don't you? You love how much I can make you bust a lady nut. I need you to kill men with a hammer for me.
Sorry, I love in the flashback that she's having when he makes her lady bust.
Yeah.
And he gets up and he goes, it's never enough.
I also love that he has like what looks like, I don't know, like Ben Affleck's Phoenix tattoo on his back.
That's so funny. I didn't notice that.
Yeah. Very strange. But yeah, so she just starts doing this. She's doing this thing where she, during the day goes and picks up men at the bar and brings them home. And they're all, this is a detail that I can't remember exactly who mentioned it, but obviously I'm a huge fan of a lot of like horror YouTubers, so perhaps it was Dr. Wolfield or something like that. But like somehow she finds men even more like cucky and like pathetic than Larry. It's always just like men in like whitey tights being like, I never do this kind of thing, you know. Very, very nerdy, you know, balding type men.
I know, I love that. Yeah. I love that he's just like, I need more skin, I need blood, I need you to go out, find the baldest guys you can find at a bar and bring them back here.
Frank drains them of their life, which regenerates him. Super gross. He looks great. With his like little suit on, and he's just all bloody underneath, and he's like smoking cigs and stuff. It's so nasty and just horrific. It's truly horrific. It's just an image that like I don't like looking at because it makes me think about how sensitive all that must be. So everything that's touching him, I just secondhand feel excruciating, like, ugh, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way him wearing clothes is a good option.
Do you think it gets him...
Right. Yeah, he loves pain.
What? Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
What goes on with the boner if you ain't got no skin on it?
Don't even want to know, man. Okay. I don't even want to know.
I don't even know how we would find out.
Google what happens with the boner with you if you ain't got no skin.
AI overview. Yeah, I thought it made me giggle at first, but honestly, yeah, him wearing clothes and having no skin and smoking a cigarette is pretty sick. He looks pretty cool. Also, I got the movie playing on my computer right now.
Well, I can tell you're getting sucked in quite substantially.
Totally forgot about I don't remember if he comes back. The guy eating the crickets in the pet store.
Yeah, he comes back at the end because he turns into a dragon and pulls the puzzle box out of the fire and then flies off.
Oh, I must have missed. I don't remember that for some reason. Anyway,
pretty forgettable. I mean, what I just described is something that you would forget. No, I'm joking, but
first is part of the movie to me is that guy eating those bugs.
Yeah, the Cenobites. They're the Cenobites. He explains to Julia eventually, like, "Yo, I found this box because I was told that like I'd find untold pleasures trapped within."
Mm-hmm.
And I love the Cenobites.
I really like the Cenobites
because for one, you have to summon them, so it's your. Like it's that saying you love, the hoisted by your own petard or whatever.
Yeah, I do
like,
love that.
You open the box and you're fucked. Sorry, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, it's forbidden fruit. Like, they're not assholes. They don't go after anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
it's a trap. It's your own curiosity that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
why does he say in the second one? We don't come from touching the box. We come from desire or whatever.
I do like in the second one. We'll talk about it later when he's like, "Come on now, this is like the third time that we've crossed paths with you. It's more than a coincidence at this point." You know what I mean? Like to that girl or whatever. Like,
which leads me to my point, to a point I want to make in this movie.
Yeah,
I do love the Cenobites. We'll talk about them more, I promise.
Yeah,
they're kind of dumb as hell.
Yeah,
like I like,
and they don't really do anything. They just kind of stand around.
Yeah,
like, they're not like very.
When she's like, "Michael Frank, he got away from you guys," if they're like, "No,
No one's ever done that, but if they had, where would they be?
We would know."
Yeah. But also tell us if you know anything.
If you had to guess, just to pick your brain for a second, if they were to hide, where would they go?
Yeah. Like if you had hypothetically escaped, where would you go?
Like when she walks in the room with her skinned dad in there, they show up and they go, "Where's the guy who did this?" Excluding Pinhead because it's cheating.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite one?
Probably Vagina Neck.
Ooh, Vagina Neck's one. I don't like she got a normal voice in the second one.
Yeah.
In the first one, she talks like
it's crazy.
A hole in her neck, but in the second one, she's
I
like,
think I don't like Butterball.
Glasses guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because the glasses, like, he looks too chill.
Yeah.
Like, way too chill.
Yeah.
Like, if someone said, like, "Hey, you want to go to the bar on Friday?" I feel like I could, like, send a gif of him and people would be like, "Yeah, that guy wants to go to the bar on Friday."
He wants to party,
yeah.
I like the glasses, though, because, like, he has no ears. So
when he takes them off and his eyes are, like, sewn shut, that's good.
Yeah. I like that he has no ears, so it's like, how are the glasses staying on? But his head is so fucking big that you're like, oh, yeah, you could just squeeze a pair of sunglasses on there and they would stay in place.
While I'm thinking about it, there's a couple of ways you can take it, but I like the idea of, like, they're obviously, like, hedonists and stuff. They're looking for pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
He's been denied the pleasure of sight, so he's fat because he's indulging in the sense that he does still have.
Oh, I love that, Chris. That's great.
I like that.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm
just writing that in there. You know, this is such a rich tapestry, ready for...
We should write the novelization of Hellraiser. I like Teeth Guy. He's my favorite.
Chatterbox, they call him.
I was going to say my favorite thing about him is that he's just chattering all the time. And that when he shows up in the hospital, he, like, and in one fluid motion without stopping, walks up to her and puts his finger in her mouth.
He's a man who knows exactly what he wants.
Silly guy, I like him.
This is also... So none of those names are what Clive Barker calls these characters. This is what, like, the fan base just immediately called them. Like Pinhead, for example. Apparently his name in the novelization is just Hell Priest.
That's sick.
Yeah, you like that? You like Hell Priest?
I like Pinhead too, but Hell Priest is fun, yeah.
So yeah, Christy sees Julia bringing dudes into the house, follows her into the attic, sees some shit, sees Frank... Come to daddy, I think, probably. It's just your Uncle Frank. Super creepy. And also, you know, probably like top 5 worst things you could have your villain of the movie doing. His main goal, Obviously, it's like an unbridled, unrestrained lust for anything. But in the context of this film, number one thing he wants to do is rape his niece. You don't get the sense that he wants to fuck?
I do, but I didn't
Christy?
think that was his, like, I didn't get the sense that was his main goal.
Well, he kept saying, like, come to daddy and stuff to her all the time. And he's, like, constantly... Yeah. And then at the end, how much more horrific that he's still trying while wearing her dad's skin.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Ugh.
I do like that at this point of the movie, from here on, it goes... Christy is her name? Yeah?
Yeah, Christy.
The movie goes, you.
Yeah.
You're the main character now.
Yeah.
Go on, do this movie.
Yeah. I do have to shout out Dr. Wolfield one more time because there's this scene where she wakes up in the hospital. And he just says something like to the effect of, Christy wakes up in the hospital watching the Blooming Flower channel, which is just funny to me because, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. And then a creature known as the Engineer shows up in a hallway that's open into the wall.
Yeah.
They call him the Engineer because apparently... the Engineer is a character that appears at the end of the Hellbound Heart as the unseen leader of Pinhead's Order of the Gash. And that's another thing that I'd like to tie into the idea of the box being a metaphor for a vagina, is gash is often slang for...
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, but the Order of the Gash is what those Cenobite gang is known as.
I didn't know that, and that sucks.
Yeah.
I hate that.
In the book.
Yeah.
Not mentioned in the movie. But
I mean, for the purpose it serves, it kicks ass, but the way it hits my ears, that sucks. I hate
the Order of the Gash. Yeah. It is offensive to the ears, just as... but anyways.
Before we get past it, I don't want to forget about it because I'm looking at it right now. There's the part where Julie and Daddy are home, and they hear Frank just banging around upstairs because he's doing whatever.
He's mad up there, yeah. I think he's... yeah.
And they go to check on it, and like to distract her husband, she's like, let's go bang it out. And then he's hiding in their room for some reason.
Oh, this is such an upsetting scene, yeah.
And then they start to bang it out, and he walks out of the closet and with a switchblade starts to like whittle a rat.
Long ways.
What is he getting across to her in that moment?
This is just pure terror. This is one of those scenes where I understand exactly your criticism in a sense, or like not your criticism, but your questioning of like what the fuck. But also, like that's to me one of the iconic like when I think of like scary in a movie, there's like in the movie theater James Wan movie where like, oh, you just made me jump, and then there's stuff like this that's just like, what the fuck? Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly. Like a skinned man coming out of your closet.
Yeah, like a
and we're cutting a rat in half. Also, it's your lover, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you're right. I think that's a great example. In like a James Wan movie, I think like the big like criticism with like movies like that is when you see the Bagul, when you see the Baba Yaga or whatever, you're like, oh, okay, I'm over it. It's not scary anymore now that I've seen it and I know what's going on.
Yeah.
When you see skinned Frank skinning a rat, the whole time I'm looking at it, I'm like, please stop showing this to me.
Yeah.
I'm upset every single second of this.
So, okay. In my opinion, though, I get the vibe that Pinhead's the leader, but whatever. Okay, whatever.
He does have a middle management vibe to him.
I feel like Vagina Neck would be the real leader. The Cenobites do agree to spare Christy in exchange for locating Frank, because apparently nobody can escape them. She shows up at home, and like I said, this ending here, where Frank is wearing his brother's skin now, crazy horrific. Again, it's just one of those things like Candyman opening up and having a chest full of bees. It's just gross Clive Barker stuff that's just like, yeah, dude, like, in my opinion, late 80s, early 90s, my motherfucking man was running that shit.
Yeah.
You know, this is some S tier, just like straight up gross.
I love that daughter never pays any attention to it. But
we want the man who did this. It's so funny.
I love that the dad has like hot glue all over the outside of his face because he just put it together.
Yeah,
and she's
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
And she just pays no mind to it.
I was just gonna say my only criticism is his voice. Why does it sound like, other than like the functionality of the film? Mechanically, his voice would still be Frank's because he's just wearing the skin of Larry.
But then we wouldn't get that sick line that I'm sure we'll get to.
Come to daddy.
Not that one.
Which one? That was a sick one, but not in a cool way. Like, it's just fucking sick.
Jesus wept?
Oh, yeah. Jesus wept.
From the little reading I did, I tried to like find a way, place to unverify this just in case it was like a old movie tall tale, but apparently he improvised that.
Interesting.
And also apparently it's like slang in Britain. It's more commonly used as like a goddamn or a...
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus wept.
Yeah.
Which is...
even better.
Yes, but also like just like without knowing that, just a guy saying Jesus wept before... with a smile on his face before getting torn apart by demons, is cold as hell. But then also on the other hand, if you think of him just like looking at you with a smile on his face and going, "Oh goddamn," and then getting torn apart, that's also really good. I have it pulled up. Can I show you my favorite line in this movie?
Sure.
That made me laugh really hard.
Do I have to watch it over there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just get over here. It's when she's got the box, and he says, "Give it to me."
No! Give me that.
No. Just how long she thinks about it, her defiant child.
Yeah.
No.
No disrespect, but yeah, she's adequate at best.
She acts in this movie for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
There are some better performances for sure. The box looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, I went to a Halloween store. It's the one that's by the place you and I used to live, the Grand Aunt's house. You know the Halloween store I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like by like the butcher market or whatever.
Yes,
the
it has
Cattleman's
new
Ranch.
owners and it's huge on the inside. They had like a replica of the box that looked really, really, really good for like $20.
Really?
Like when it comes to like replica stuff like that, yeah, that's just.
I was gonna say,
usually...
what is that, $400?
Yeah, usually. Yeah. Well, also, I went with a friend and he got like a mask from the kids from Nightmare Before Christmas, the red one, like devil mask.
The devil.
He got that not to wear on Halloween, but it was just like so high quality and looked so nice and
for
was
display.
Again $15. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna hang this up. And then like 2 days later, I was at Target and saw the exact same mask for $35 and it looked half as good. And I was like, everybody go to this Halloween store that I can't remember the name of. I highly recommend it. Screamers is the one by Lowe's, I want to say, on Gratiot.
I am trying to locate, let me see.
I want to say it's like Crypt Keepers or something like that.
Could be. So, one of the things that I want to also mention before we get into the second one, but we can real quick. You want to rate it? I give it I mean, fuck man, whatever.
Fuck man, shit.
It's for me, it's an A+. Fuck it.
I'm gonna give it a B+.
Heard. So transitioning to the second one, not necessarily like for any relevant reason am I bringing this up, other than it's my understanding that there was a point where both Clive Barker and John Carpenter were in talks for Michael Myers versus Hellraiser in space, but they were like, they were obviously like the companies that own these IPs technically were like, you guys are out of your fucking mind.
That sucks, man. But
it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, no fucking shit that John Carpenter and Clive Barker would both say yes to that if it were on the table.
Sounds badass. That makes me so angry.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find any information on this really quick.
I had the other day. I had on
the main reason I was under consideration is because Miramax owned the rights to both of them at a certain time. Reversed to a canceled horror movie crossover concept developed by Dimension Films after the success, which I think Dimension is related to Miramax. It's like a sub. Yeah. But ultimately scrapped due to logistical issues and fan opposition. To making Michael Myers supernatural.
Fuck off.
Well, the crossover never materialized. Blah 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 blah.
He's already part of that cult.
The idea emerged from the late '90s. Dave Parker apparently pitched it to Dimensions. Dimension Films, whatever. Ownership, early ideas. One early script involved a homeless man giving Michael the lament configuration as a child, leading to his possession by Sam Hain. Like Sam Hain, like Samhain, like Sam Hain, a demon who became the catalyst for his killings. Dimension Films was initially hesitant, but project gained some traction after the success of Freddy vs. Jason. John Carpenter and Clive Barker, the creators of the franchise, were approached, but ultimately did not see the project through to completion, with producers also not being enthusiastic. A poll conducted by Dimension Films found the majority of Halloween fans opposed the crossover. But yeah, me personally, hell yeah.
Me personally, when I hear that John Carpenter wants to direct a movie, I'm like, that sounds awesome. Yeah, do it. I watched a video the other day because I was trying to. My partner was like made a Halloween playlist on Spotify and sent it to me. I was like, add some songs, and I added a bunch of atmospheric John Carpenter original music to it, and then looked at the playlist and was like, oh, this is like Monster Mash and stuff. I did not understand the assignment, but I looked up. He's got a song called "Distant Dreams," which I really like.
Yeah,
and there's a music video for it. That's just him and his son and his nephew, I think, or whoever else does music with him, just in a smoky recording studio, just like blasting this thing out. And I'm like, John Carpenter might be the coolest man who has lived. I am so impressed by him every single time I see him.
1000%. This second Hellraiser, what were you expecting going into it?
I was expecting another Hellraiser movie that was in no way tied to the first one, because for some reason, I think when I looked up Hellraiser 2, maybe it's because the movie's called Hellbound, but here, let me see. Hellraiser 2? Is there another movie called Hellraiser 2? Oh, no, it's just because they're old. When I saw the cast list on Google real quick, I was just like, oh, it's all different actors and there's different characters in here. I wasn't expecting it to be just a straight-up sequel to the last one. Like I said already, I think it beats so much ass to call the second one Hellbound. Mm-hmm. And then I get why you have to put Hellraiser 2 on there, but
comparatively, how did you... The next one's called Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth.
That's sick.
Pretty cool. How'd you feel about this one? Generally. Big picture.
I think a lot like a lot of these other movies that we've watched every Halloween, I like it in the sense of, like, there's a little bit more money put into it, so some of the stuff looks a little cooler, and, like, some of the ideas that they can go through with look cooler. But, again, like a lot of these other movies, when it starts going into... And Pinhead was a guy named Douglas who fought in World War I. I'm like...
That was weird.
Couldn't fucking care. Like, you just took all the cool out of them, kind of.
Yeah, because then it, like, for me... Which is somewhat fitting, and I can appreciate it, but yeah, for it to just be like some random 1920s guy, like, BDSM, for me, falls apart, like, as soon as you break the illusion and you realize that it's just some weird hairy guy in leather.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that's what it does. It does, like, the actual fetish equivalent to the character, where it's just like, oh, it's just some weird British guy in leather? Like, that's not sexy. That's kind of just gross. Like, you know what I mean? Like... I get that it's some people's fetishes and that's cool or whatever, but for, like, me, yeah, that's the part that when you, like, you know, like if Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and it's like, you know, like the hairy gym coach going to a BDSM club, you know. Mm-hmm. You know, there's the expectation, which is like the baby, a sexy baby with not baby, you know what I'm saying, like lady. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna say lady because that's good. Yeah. But yeah, like a sexy lady in her leathers and stuff. But in reality, it's 16 guys that are slightly balding with hair, and maybe like one or two women at the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's... Yeah. Anyway, so that's what it does.
My favorite guy turns out to be a kid. It's like...
Oh, yeah, that's so weird. Yeah. That was weird, too.
The idea of it...
I don't like that, it being a child.
Yeah. Not the kid thing, but the rest of it. It's like, I thought of it's like, if you were, like, if you hired a dominatrix, right?
Yeah.
And you're all incapacitated or tied up or whatever, and like you're getting whipped or whatever, and yada yada, and then her phone breaks and she goes, "Oh, I have to take this as my ophthalmologist."
Yes.
It's like, okay, man.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't wear glasses. Sorry, go on.
Generally, I like it. Generally,
yes,
I like it. It has a little less magic, and it feels removed from Clive Barker.
Yes,
I don't feel his presence as much. But it generally reminds me a lot of some late 80s, like, just odd sci-fi out there, like, low-budget horror that was going on, like, From Beyond and stuff. I would say, like, Julia being in Frank's position, pretty strong, and, like,
Yes.
The whole thing with like the doctor and like wrapping her up, making her look like, it calls to mind like Bride of Frankenstein and stuff. You know? So there's some strong stuff in here.
Absolutely.
But generally, we'll see how the series progresses. But I'm imagining this is probably the last one that is, like, I would say that, like, if I had to describe it, I would consider this like a quote-unquote like minor classic, or like a little like, cart attached, like a side cart on a classic.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not quite there, but like, yeah, it's cool. If you like the first one, definitely check the second one out.
Yeah, I'm not mad about this movie at all. I don't think it's as good as the first one.
I just don't think it's as strong. It goes on a little long. There's some lulls.
Well, that brings me to a point that I feel like I make every year.
Yeah.
But I don't know how all of these slashers do it.
Yeah.
But they, at some point, all have to go, oh, fuck. This movie is 69 minutes long.
Yeah.
We have to... opening credits have to be 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we have to just slam as many flashbacks to the first movie into here.
So, in my opinion...
Sorry.
I know that it's integral to the part, but honestly, yeah. Cut the opening with the 1920s British thing. I'm not feeling it. I'm just going to kind of read the synopsis to kind of jog the memory. So, we open shortly after Christy... the ending of the last one, she's in like a psychiatrist hospital now, right? And there's a doctor, a main doctor, Dr. Chenard, I guess, and he has a young assistant named Kyle, which they kind of have like a will they won't they kind of thing. That's like the new romance of this film, is the young inexperienced doctor who kind of has the hots for Christy. And then there's a guy who is interrogating her in the beginning because he doesn't believe her story of
and
the
why
box.
Would he? She tells so many people this story one to one, and it's like, why would you do that?
With the interdimensional BDSM demons. I just love that they're interdimensional.
And I think at one point it cuts from like flashbacks from the first movie to her in the hospital room, and she goes, "So do you believe me now?" And the two doctors are like, "No."
No. I love that her whole thing is she's like, "You gotta fucking destroy that mattress." Julia like died on the mattress, whatever, and if like any blood ever falls on it, it's whatever happened to Frank's gonna happen to her and stuff.
I forgot to bring it up in the last one, but like when she just opens the bedroom door and the stepmom is in there all chained up to the bed with her face gone, that really got me. That's like, it was a jump scare that wasn't a jump scare because she's just in the room, and it like shocked me with fear for a second, which I haven't felt in one of these 80s horror movies like at all, I think.
Yeah.
So thumbs up Hellraiser.
Yeah.
One.
So she... turns out her doctor, Dr. Chenard, I guess his name is, super into like the occult and shit.
Yes.
We go to his crib. Kyle, the young doctor, is also kind of hiding and watching all this happen. He has the same movers from the first one, it looks like, to move the mattress in.
That's very funny. I didn't notice that.
That's what it looked like to me. But he has them move the mattress in, and he has other puzzle boxes. Now, I don't know personally, if it's just like left up to whatever, if there's like actual canonical reasons for it, but I don't know if these are like imitation puzzle boxes, or if these are like other puzzle boxes that open to other dimensions, or if they'll all take you to the same place. I don't know. But in the room next to Christy, there is also a young lady who like watched her mom get killed, and now she's obsessed with puzzles.
I think she's obsessed with puzzles before.
Yeah.
Mom brought her to because apparently that's what you do if your daughter's obsessed with puzzles. You go, "Doc, operate on her brain, please." Yeah. And then he kills mom.
So I think he brings her to his home in the bloody mattress, right?
I think
so. And has her solve the puzzle so that the Cenobites can show up or something. Or no. That might happen later. What happens first is there's the patient who hallucinates like maggots and bloods all over it, and like bugs all over his skin, and he brings him there and gives him a knife. This is horribly horrific. So that he can start like cutting himself and stuff and bleeding all over the mattress.
Horrific.
To bring Julia back.
But I do like... I mean, it works for the movie, like, aesthetically, but it made me laugh so hard that this hospital was like, the super crazy fucking
boiler
in the boiler room.
Yeah. Very bastard son of 100 maniacs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I would say generally this second one, I think huge nightmare influences here. And that's one of the things. Another one being much later when the doctor turns into a Cenobite, when he's like, "Time for your operation," and stuff. It's like very Freddy Krueger coded. uh-oh, looks like I don't have any availability tomorrow. We'll have to reschedule. Like, stuff like that.
How long do you think it takes for a Cenobite to lose their memory? Because this guy's just immediately like, I'm Dr. Chandler, born in 1953.
Yeah. He's always just like, I'm going to write you a prescription for death.
When he's in his room doing the occult stuff and the guy's like cutting himself apart.
Yeah.
And then
Julia climbs out and slops all around.
She climbs
like,
out.
Pain! I'm in pain.
She slops all around. I wrote down in my notes, like, oh man, like by this point in Hellraiser 2,
yeah,
I'm surprised at how desensitized I am to a skinless man. And then she speaks. I wrote down, "Oh, skinless woman, you're surprising me, Hellraiser 2."
I did write down a couple of things that I want to go back over. Often in this film, there is noise associated with the box opening now.
Oh?
Yeah, there's like a little jingle that happens, like a cling, cling, cling.
Cute. I like that.
2, that one guy who's interrogating at the beginning looks like Meatloaf.
He does. He really does.
3, the woman, the girl, Tiffany, obsessed with puzzles next door.
Yeah.
When you meet her, she's solving a puzzle so loud next door that it wakes Christy up. And she comes to Tiffany's room. Do you remember this scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just wanted to write that down, I guess.
That's why her mom brought her in. She's like,
Yeah, this is too loud.
She's just slamming these
Don't
pieces
know
together.
how we can get her to be quieter, but...
I like to bring up around the same time when she's meeting the younger doctor, Kyle McCain.
Yeah.
He says to her, "I'm Kyle McCain. You can call me Kyle.
Yeah.
Chris, if you got a new doctor," and he said, "Just call me Kyle. You'd probably get a new doctor, right?"
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
And I love, it was really like, I don't know why it got me so good, but it was like really like, it ran a shiver up my spine. But when she sees her skinless dad right on the wall,
Help
"I am
me.
in hell, help me."
Yeah. Which I think is...
Good.
Yeah.
Go on.
She falls for the same thing, though, because it's really a trap set by Frank to get her to come.
Yeah.
So it's funny, that little bit of continuity that Frank keeps, because there's that
Yeah.
point where, like, he's like, in the first one, he's like, "Look, it's your uncle dead on the ground. I killed him, honey. Nothing to worry about now." But then it turns out that's actually her dead dad on the ground.
The "I'm in hell, help me" reminded me, like, it got me in the same way of, I think it was like the newer, like the 2009 Evil Dead, I think, when the girl's in the basement and she's yelling at him or whatever, and her brother's just like, "Cheryl, I know you're in there, blah blah blah," and
I didn't see the remake, but
the demon goes, "Your sister's getting raped in hell."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's so scary for anyone to mention that they or someone else is currently in hell, matter-of-factly. I don't know why that always scares me.
It goes back to probably the hardest line in the original Exorcist. "Your mother sucks cocks in hell."
Exactly, yeah. But it also reminded me of something I had seen earlier in the day.
I was just thinking, like, Rob Zombie's got to have a song or an album called Hell Whore, right?
Let's see, because that's so on brand.
He has to have at least said it in a song. Just type in Rob Zombie Hell Whore.
There's a song called Hell Whore by a band named Hindsight.
I knew it would happen. Okay, let's continue.
But I wrote it down because I saw it earlier in the day, and I wanted to bring it up to you for whatever reason.
Sure.
You know that game Manhunt?
Is that the one where you, like, tag team run away from jail together, or?
No, it's the Rockstar, like, PlayStation 2 game where, like, you're just making a snuff film, basically.
Hell no.
It was, like, a really big deal when it came out. Like, it was very much so like a, hey, video games are awful and kids shouldn't be playing them kind of thing. But it's like you're a convict who gets, like, broken out of jail by this guy who makes snuff films, and he, like, sets you loose in the streets, like, with, like, murderous gangs and stuff like that. And he's like, kill these guys and get it on tape, and then I'll get you out of prison.
Jesus.
Because I'm selling this to people.
Lord.
And it's, like, very brutal and yada yada. And I read a thing not too long ago about how, like, the game got kind of delayed and, like, parts of it got cut out because, like, before the game was finished, like, half of the people at Rockstar working on it were like, we should not be making this game. This is fucked up.
This is actually kind of dark, yeah.
But, like, one of the gangs that you fight or you kill are, like, psychopaths who are, like, you know, a gang of murderers or whatever, and they wear, like, scary masks and stuff like that. And one of them has, like, a yellow mask on that's almost like it's like a smiley face mask.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all dirty and bloody or whatever, and the eyes are cut out so you can see his eyes. And written on it is "Please stop me." And I saw that earlier today, and I was like, that is so fucking cheesy.
Yeah.
But it works on me so well.
Yeah.
If I saw a man covered in blood wearing a mask that said "Please stop me," I'd be like, Bane is the scariest fucking guy I've ever seen.
On a side note, I was listening to some Andy Kindler stand-up, and there's a joke that I feel like is incredibly relevant today, but he was just like, talking about like, he's like, anytime I see Bush on TV, he's like, I wish that there was like a presidential hotline, like, that I could call and just be like, hey, is anybody keeping an eye on this? Like, but anyways,
I saw a quick, the Adam Friedland show.
Yeah.
I saw a clip of, I think, Cuomo on his show. And he said something about, like, oh, well, Reagan was the president when you were a kid, right? And Adam Friedland goes, no, it was Bush. He goes, oh, Bush. He goes, yeah, I fucking hate that guy. And he goes, Cuomo goes, why would you ever let someone have that kind of power over you, huh? And he goes, well, he murdered millions of people, so. It's so fucking funny.
Damn.
It's not funny they murdered, but
yeah. No, I hear you. All right, so, real quick, in the film, Kyle has witnessed this happen, the bloody rebirth of Julia. So he runs back to the hospital and says, hey, guess what, Christy? I do believe you now. We need to go back to the doctor's house because Christy's hell-bent on getting to hell. She's hell-bound to save her dad. And they get back there eventually. There's also the whole thing where Shenard and Julia gets wrapped up medical style. But also, the doctor continues to bring patients to the house to be murdered, to regenerate her. Now, she's fully regenerated. Christy and Kyle show up. Christy's knocked unconscious, and I think immediately she kills Kyle, right? Like, Kyle just gets offed right away.
Yeah, I was bummed about that, but she puts her hand into the back of his neck.
Yeah, crazy. Then Shenard and Julia kidnap the little puzzle girl and make her solve the puzzle box. And they enter into the labyrinth hellscape. That is hell, I believe, interdimensional hell.
You know what I don't like?
What?
I don't like the walls opening into hell.
Yeah.
It always looks bad.
Okay.
Because they walk in the room and there's just a big seam in the wall. And I'm like, it takes me out of it. And you know what I just thought about?
Yeah.
If it was... There's a joke that's going to meander a bit and not be worth it.
Okay. Take your time.
If this was 2014...
Yeah.
And Hellraiser 2 was a Netflix original television show.
Yes.
At some point when Christy goes, she would take a car to the hospital to be going to get into hell, and she'd turn on the radio, and Highway to Hell would be on the radio.
So the Cenobites momentarily...
And if I'm being honest, I would go, hell yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'd like it. They spare the puzzle-solving little girl for a second. Because while she was physically responsible for unlocking the puzzle box, they know that the desire lies in Shenard's heart. And that's what really damns you, is the desire in your heart. And that's what got...
Yeah.
And that's what separates, like... So apparently now... And this is something that mid-movie I actually paused to look into, and Will, Lorenz, and Zeta couldn't believe it. But I was like, okay, so why does sometimes the Cenobites kill the person, and then other times they decide to turn them into one of them?
Uh-huh.
And that's the distinguishing factor, is like...
If you want it to be there?
No. Like, if it was like just a straight up like boner, I want hot chicks' boobies, or if it was like a desire for like knowledge and better understanding or something.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? Something like that.
So boners get you killed, knowledge
Yes.
gets you bite.
Right.
Okay. I buy that, yeah.
So they go after Shenard. In hell, there's the Leviathan.
Here we can save big money.
There's the Leviathan. It's a gigantic diamond-ish shit. It rotates in space, shooting out black beams. And black beams that make Shenard remember some of the atrocities he committed, I guess. Okay. Julia calls the Leviathan, quote, the god of flesh, hunger, and desire, the lord of the labyrinth.
This is where it really was losing me.
Yeah, this is a little much. But this is kind of a little more of what I expected in a sense. Not exactly how I pictured it, but I thought Hellraiser 2 would be more like Pinhead in hell.
Gotcha, yeah.
It's not exactly that. Still, the Cenobites take a substantial backseat. They're really just around. So yeah, Christy now has the puzzle box. She's like running around. She's like trying to find her dad. Pinhead tells her like, "Go ahead, look. You're not gonna find him." Julia betrays Chenard, and he gets turned into a Cenobite, right? So, this is the thing. There's some blue stuff that gets shot into him.
And that's a Cenobite juice?
Yeah, it says, as Chenard screamed during the procedure, quote, a hellish parody of a blood infusion. Julia reveals that she has a mission to bring souls to Leviathan, including Chenard's. Now he becomes kind of gross. He's got the shit in his head. He's like floating around on the shit that's in his head.
I like when he gets in the machine.
Yeah.
Much like Chatterbox in the first one. All that stuff gets hooked up to him, and as he's going down, just for good measure, the machine puts a finger in his mouth.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's spooky.
He's spooky looking, yeah.
He's a little much compared to the other Cenobites, but because they don't have as much.
That's a good point.
He's got a lot.
He's the Megazord.
Yeah, and he's very Freddy Krueger-ish. He's always trying to kind of crack wise, but it's specific to being a doctor. So yeah, Christy finds Frank. He reveals that, ha ha ha, I was pretending to be your dad to get you here. Here's where I hang out. He lives in this room of naked women lust that he can never have, or something like that.
That is so fucking funny to me. Like when she first gets there, I was like, that's so funny that hell is just a bunch of buxom women under a sheet that, when
that
you pull
he
the
can never
sheet up,
have.
they disappear. And then when he shows up eventually and he goes, yeah, this is my own personal hell. That's so fucking funny.
Julia is sucked away by a vortex that opens within the labyrinth, leaving only her empty skin behind. Remember when that happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Gross when just some loose skin is fucking hanging out. Anyways, Christy and Tiffany reconnect, and now they're running around the labyrinth, but they're ambushed by Chenard, now a full Cenobite, it says. The girls flee, and they encounter Pinhead and the other Cenobites. Christy goes into the whole thing about like the photograph of Doug Bradley before he was Pinhead, showing her that like they used to be human, that they've not always been here. Because they say that. They're like, we've always been in the beginning or whatever, but they've not. So then they remember they were once human. Then Chenard also shows up, though, and Tiffany starts to be able to talk again because she's having like flashbacks to what she was like repressing. A lot going on at this point. Pinhead and the other Cenobites attempt to fight Chenard, but they just easily get fucking killed.
Yeah. By
the doctor, Chenard.
Which blew me away.
Yeah. He has like the scalpel-wielding serpents and shit that come out. Cool.
So, do you think he has Cenobite powers, or do you think if Christy had a gun, she could have gone bang, bang?
I don't know, because look how easily the other Cenobites get killed.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think they have to be like weak all the time to be like
I don't know.
in their constant state of pain pleasure?
I don't know.
Man.
What? Anyways, Christy finds Julia's flayed off skin and puts it on her own to distract Chenard and give Tiffany enough time to solve the puzzle again.
Classic switcheroo.
Yeah, classic switcheroo. Love how much this series is obsessed with people wearing other people's skin. Okay, so this time she's solving it reverse, trying to okay, Chenard rips himself apart. The door to hell is finally closed. The girls leave the hospital. 2 moving men are removing Dr. Chenard's belongings from his home elsewhere. One is pulled inside the mattress, and the other witnesses a mysterious pillar rise from within. One of the faces fuses to the pillar is the vagrant from the previous film who asks the man, "What's your pleasure, sir?" Anyways, yeah, so kind of go apeshit at the end there a little bit.
I really like the look of hell, or where the demon thing is.
Yeah,
like
the labyrinthian like hell.
Like the overview of like the big sweeping shot of it. That's very clearly like a matte painting of like, it looks like an M.C. Escher painting kind of. I just thought it looked nice. I think hell looks nice in this movie. It's a place I would like to hang out at. So, this will be coming out on the 6th. And what we should probably do is 13, 12, 26. So we have 3 weeks left of October. So since it kind of got staggered a little bit, what we can do is the next 3 episodes can be 3 movie episodes. Okay, that works.
Or we could just let it spill into the first week of November. Your call.
Can't sleep on it. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It's your call. I'll do either one.
I'll do 3.
Okay, let's do 3, baby.
We'll do 3. So the next 3 are going to be Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, 1992. Hellraiser Bloodline, 96, and then Hellraiser Inferno, 2000. Then we have Hellraiser Hellseeker, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Hellraiser Deader, pretty cool. Hellraiser Hellworld, also sweet.
Yeah.
Then we have Hellraiser Revelations, Hellraiser Judgment, and then the remake of Hellraiser where they gender swap.
Ooh.
Pinhead, which came out on Hulu.
I
think people liked it.
Yeah. That's all very exciting.
And apparently it cost $14 million. It made $12,000 at the box office.
Well, it was on Hulu, so that makes sense.
It's just funny that they put that on there. Like
$12,000 is insane. Yeah.
That means that like 40 people saw it.
That means a bunch of people saw it on accident. That's what it sounds like.
All right. Well, this is kind of fizzling out a bit, just like this movie. We got to grade it.
Yeah, what'd you give it?
This one is a solid, this is like C+ territory.
I was going to say C+. I'd give it an exact grade lower than the last one.
Yeah. I think it's a substantial drop, but it's not, terrible. This is not bad.
Can't wait for it to get to space.
Yeah. It's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie, but it's not a bad movie. This is,
It was yucky.
We've seen way worse films.
Oh, absolutely.
Like any Saw film ever made. But, well, there we go. We raised some hell. Next week we'll raise some more hell. It's a Hellraiser Halloween. And we're just a couple of hell horrors, huh?
Oh, Chris, I'm so excited. It's so fucking
hot
fall
outside
right now, but it's also
80.
so hot.
It's going to be 84 degrees tomorrow.
You know what really did it for me?
Huh. We're living in a hell world.
PR. Hot tip for anyone out there. I was working at a skate shop. This isn't the hot tip, but we got a bunch of new merch in. That was a bunch of Zero skateboards with the Misfit skull on it. And I was like, I haven't popped a Misfit song out in a while.
You love the Misfits.
And I put a Misfit song on. I'm like, oh, baby, it's Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things is my friend Drew was just talking about. He's like, man, this heat's killing me. I need some gloom. And then I was like, maybe doing the horror invasion tomorrow would really heal my soul. It's a nice dose of spooky.
Absolutely.
All right, I think that's that mattress. Bloody mattress. Moving men who have to... I'm trying to tie into that at the end of the movie when the moving men have to...
You got it? Go on.
That's that. Mattress men.
Ow, my hand.
Yeah, does he say that?
No, I just...
You're just... Okay.
I'm doing like an audio bit, like where we're the mattress... I'm the said mattress man.
Roll the spooky music.
And I hurt my hand while pulling...
Put like some lightning and
my brother came back from the dead.
Over the track and then like a... Oh!
Hell horror.
So it's like the same song, but it's just spooky now.
I'll make a spooky song called Hell Horror or Horror Hell. Would you say? Hell Horror, yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Anyway.
If you need more soup, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or go to our website, eatingsoupalone.com. And until next time,